This versus debate is rated B for Blurred. Grab your swords, drones, and comic books, because we're about to get black and nerdy. You have been warned.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Versus Tuesday, brought to you by the Blurred Mob. I'm your host, Phoop, joined by my two co-hosts, Ryun and Ralph. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other streaming service, make sure you hit that follow button so you can get updates from the mob.
And if you lovely blurs and nerds are watching us on YouTube, make sure to like the video, share it with a friend, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications for future uploads.
All right. We are back for your lovely evening entertainment of Phoop versus Ryun versus Ralph. We took a break after the Justice League versus Avengers tournament, a much needed break, but we're back to give you guys your evening content for the rest of 2022. So, our topic for today is we're going to be doing a MCU Phase 4 Top 3. The question is, and let me go find it and talk while I go find it. Who has the best
Filibuster.
top 3? Who has the best top 3 MCU Phase 4 lineup? We will only be doing the MCU Phase 4 movies, so keep that in mind. Before we get started, if this is your first time listening to Versus Tuesday, let me explain the rules. Me, Ryan, and Ralph will have 60 seconds. Because this is a top 3, we'll have 60 seconds to explain why we picked our 3 choices. If you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you already know what our choices are. After those 60 seconds are done, we will hop into a 10-minute rebuttal where me, Ryan, and Ralph will go back and forth, defend our choices, and argue others. After the 10 minutes are over, the debate is done, and we will leave it up to you guys to decide who takes this Versus Tuesday. God, it's been a long time since I've done these rules. It's
You
been
gotta write 'em down.
long.
How to use the timer?
I know, right? I need to write them down, get some note cards, and I need to like a set of index cards Versus Tuesday. But, are you guys ready?
Ready
Yeah.
as ever.
Alrighty. We're gonna start with Ralph, of course. Ralph's top 3 is.
Oh, Ralph, go first now. That's
I go
new.
first now?
Ralph never went first? Oh! Well, Ralph, would you like to go first?
Oh my goodness.
You ain't gotta go first. If you want to keep your second spot,
Who go first then, Phoop?
I messed
Who go
up.
first?
I
Hold
messed
on,
up.
Ralph, let's see how this go. Who go first, Phoop?
Well, I already said who I wanted to go first. I was wrong. So would you like to go first, Ralph?
I'm fine with going first.
All right. Sorry about
Mixing it
that.
up.
I'm mixing up the formula. My bad. So we're gonna start with Ralph. Ralph's top 3 MCU Phase 4 choices, starting with the number 3 pick is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Moving on to number 2 is Spider-Man: No Way Home, and his number 1 pick is Multiverse of Madness. We got 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
Multiverse of Madness. That was the movie that really developed the story for me in Phase 4. If any other movie didn't do it, that one really did to me. Shang-Chi, well, not Shang-Chi. Spider-Man, No Way Home, loved it. I love the fact we brought back both Spider-Mans, one that must not be named, and Tobey Maguire. I was about to say his name. I was real close.
He did all right though.
He did all right.
I would say
Save it.
Yeah, okay. But Black Panther, we just did the review. I, for one, cannot let this movie go as not being a top 3. just because of how short a time that they had to actually rewrite the entire script for this movie. And everything about this movie, I loved it. I nearly cried when Rihanna came out with the song. I was like, oh. But
Ralph said Miss Fenty did it for me. Miss Robin Fenty did it for me.
listen, I've been at her gate waiting on something. Like, what a song.
He said,
When
I'm
we
going to
get a
take what I
song.
can get.
My whole thing is everybody like, oh, welcome Rihanna back to music. I'm like, hold on now. She ain't said she dropping the album yet. Y'all don't get me excited for no reason. She ain't said she dropping the album yet.
She made that one little song. I honestly think Rihanna is waiting for Super Bowl to pop something out.
I think Rihanna's waiting until she on her deathbed to pop something out.
Okay. Oh my God. All right. So just to recap, Ralph's top 3 was 1, Multiverse of Madness, 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, 3, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We're moving on to Ryan. Ryan's top 3, starting from the bottom, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, 2, Multiverse of Madness, and number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
Even though Phoop started from the bottom, I'm going to start from the top. Listen, Spider-Man No Way Home, when I think of which MCU movie hit the hardest for me, it was Spider-Man. My whole childhood came back on that screen, excluding the second Spider-Man. But he did all right. But my childhood was brought back to life. I enjoyed it. Green Goblin went hard. Seeing that end scene with Spider-Man and Green Goblin beating him down. I ain't never seen Spider-Man do that. Multiverse of Madness, they tried going for that hard theme, and I was like, it kind of worked. I would like to see them expand on it. That gave me some newness that I did appreciate. And Shang-Chi, that's my third favorite origin story in MCU right now. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see that character expanded upon. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I ain't got nothing else to say.
You got 5 seconds.
Woo, Shang-Chi.
I don't like you.
I had to fill it up.
He said, woo. He said, woo, Shang-Chi.
Woo.
I feel you. So just to recap, Ryan chose Spider-Man No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. I'm up next, starting from the bottom. My MCU Phase 4 top 3 are number 3, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, and number 1, Multiverse of Madness. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Multiverse of Madness went dumb. Wanda went dumb. Yes. Like, I remember doing the mob review for this, and Wanda was doing some shit in the MCU that we ain't seen since Thanos.
Yeah.
So, she went crazy. And I have to give it that with the horror style, the full introduction into the multiverse, the dream walking, more insight into the Darkhold. It was sorcerer versus sorcerer. It was a magic-based movie, and I loved it. Spider-Man No Way Home, you have to give it to him because of the nostalgia. Nobody knew how this movie was going to work with all of these people they were pulling from. Tobey Maguire, I'm going to say his name, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. They did not think that stuff was going to work, and it did. And Shang-Chi is the best origin story movie since Black Panther to me. And I have to give it that.
I agree with you on that. I have
to give it that. So just to recap my top 3, Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and the 10 Rings. So, you've heard our top 3 picks. We're about to go into the 10-minute rebuttal phase. 10 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
So let's look at what we really arguing right now. There's 2 things we arguing. the two of y'all think Multiverse of Madness is better than Spider-Man No Way Home. Me and Phoop think Shang-Chi deserve a spot instead of Wakanda Forever. Those are the 2 things we arguing.
Let's touch on the first one. I think that everybody got caught up in Spider-Man No Way Home because of the nostalgia of it.
Yes.
I
But
did.
it got boosted up because of the nostalgia. But I think Spider-Man No Way Home was just that, the nostalgia. I don't think it would have been as hype of a movie had they not put Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Jamie Foxx, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, all of them. I don't think the movie would have been up there. Now, Wanda and them, this is straight MCU lore. Like, we not pulling. The only thing they gave us was Professor X from the X-Men movies, and he died 2 minutes after that. like, like, yo, the shit that Wanda was doing in Multiverse of Madness, like, come on, Ryan, and I'm finna quote you right now. He said in the mob review, he said, I forgot the MCU be killing folks because she was going dumb.
Look,
that Illuminati scene?
I'm gonna be real with you. Spider-Man No Way Home, it's not like it beat Multiverse of Madness by this high a margin. I'm gonna be real with you. Nostalgia put it this far above Multiverse of Madness. I'm being honest with you. I'm gonna be real.
I'm gonna give you this. You brought up that Spider-Man versus Green Goblin fight, and that shit went hard. But Wanda versus the Illuminati just went a bit harder for me. A 1v5? A 1v5.
Plus robots. Plus robots on the side.
Thank you, Ralph. Plus robots on the side.
I'm not going to argue y'all that it was cold. Listen, I'm not even fighting in this argument. I'm going to be real with y'all. It's just nostalgia. If it wasn't for nostalgia, it would have been like this. But nostalgia pushed it right here. It's just because of that. I'm being real with y'all. Seeing Toby, I'm going to be real with y'all. I watched a movie with you, Ralph, and it was on my homies. Mm-hmm. I was out in that movie clapping, oohing, ahhing, and up in that movie theater. I enjoyed it. Now, Multiverse of Madness, it did get me. It did a whole lot of new stuff. But you want to know something? I feel like the next time they make a movie like that with the horror themes and they polished it even more, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 movie. I don't know if it's going to be Doctor Strange movie or what, but it was good.
Yeah. What you got, Ralph, on this? On argument number 1, what you got?
Argument number 1. I have to agree with Ryan that, and you as well. For instance, the nostalgia of it, if the nostalgia was taken out, take out the entire Green Goblin versus Spider-Man scene in the middle, because Ryan mentioned the end. I want to mention the middle fight when it was in the building. The apartment.
That's what I was talking about.
Ryan said the end. I want to mention the middle.
The middle. I was talking about the apartment complex when Green Goblin slammed his ass through 5 floors in the apartment complex.
That was good. It was all good. It was all good.
Mean.
It was all good.
That was so mean.
Oh,
I liked it all.
If it was not for that, like the way I viewed it, I put Multiverse of Madness over Spider-Man, because if the nostalgia wasn't there, would the Spider-Man movie actually go that hard? That's the real question. Take the nostalgia out. Take out Green Goblin. Take out Sandman, take out Lizard,
Electro.
Take out Electro.
But let me spin your question. If Sandman, Electro, Doc Ock, and Lizard had not been their characters from the Sony universe, would the movie still have hit as hard?
I'm gonna be honest. Out of all the villains, they could have been anybody. The only villain who I really was excited, and that's the thing, Green Goblin made it for me. All the other villains, they were good. Mm-hmm. They were great. They was awesome. But seeing old dude reprise his role of Green Goblin, if he wasn't there, you right.
That's what I'm saying. It's really the nostalgia. You put in and I didn't mean to interrupt you, Ralph, I'm sorry, but you pulling all these characters from the Sony universe. They just coming back like this is a Spider-Man family reunion.
Spider-Man Ultimate.
That's what took it to the top.
Yeah.
Now, had they recasted everybody, I don't think it would have hit.
It would have been my number 2. Agree. It would have been my number 2. You're right.
in my opinion, would even make number 2 if nostalgia was not there.
It would depend on how they did the movie because the storyline was still solid.
It was still good.
The storyline was still solid. So if they kept the storyline, I don't know.
See, it's tough. It's tough.
Because if we just sitting here, like, if they just got, like, Silk or Miles Morales from different universes, like, not even the old Spider-Mans or somebody else into there, it probably would have been different, but that's a lot of what ifs.
I don't know.
That's a lot of what ifs.
It was 5 villains versus Spider-Man. They got it because didn't nobody know how it was going to work, and they made it work, and they made it work nicely.
Yeah.
So we got 4 minutes. The second argument, Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings versus Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I have to give it to Shang-Chi is because coming off of Black Widow and getting Shang-Chi was like, okay, this is a breath of fresh air. Like, y'all, the first movie of Phase 4 was Black Widow. And it's like, we already know how this is going to end because Black Widow's dead. So, what's up? So, Shang-Chi was the first character that they introduced as part of Phase 4. And they did his movie well. Like, I would put this beside Black Panther as far as the POC representation, the fight scenes, the choreography, the storyline, and then also it did a very good job of like getting us because you know Shang-Chi starts out like a civilian, so we get that what is a civilian like coming off of the blip. So I thought it was a pretty cool, chill movie. Like it was fun. I'll say this. It was really fun to watch. Like I think Shang-Chi, it did have like its grief moments, like with the stuff with his mom, but like that didn't just like grip the whole film.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I agree completely with Phoop on the fact that I'll throw in a third movie. I got my top 3 origin movies, and the thing is, they all did the same thing. Iron Man, Black Panther, and Shang-Chi all made me want to learn more about this hero that I knew nothing about before MCU. I knew nothing about them. They made me interested in their personal lives, their lives as a hero, their family, their friends, the extensions of who they are. All 3 of those movies did that great, and I got to explore different perspectives. The billionaire rich guy, the African king, the Asian guy who has a mysterious history that he doesn't know about with a weird father and all this other stuff. Like, I was fully invested after that movie. Fully invested. I can't wait to see Shang-Chi in Phase 5. So that's why I had to put it above Wakanda Forever.
What you got, Ralph?
And I honestly, I don't have any disagreements with what you guys are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off of Black Widow was some dark times because we was like, why is this here in Phase 4?
The only reason Black Widow exists is for Yelena Belova. I love Black Widow. I just watched it over Thanksgiving break. I love that goddamn movie.
In all honesty, from my perspective, if we take out Black Widow and just have Hawkeye, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine.
What do you mean just have Hawkeye?
Like, throw out the entire Black Widow movie, don't even do it, and just have Hawkeye be introduced as, bringing in Yelena.
I think it would have been weird had they did it that way. That's a different type
of verses.
That's a different type of verse, but I think that would have been weird. But Wakanda Forever is definitely in my top 5. It's just not in my top 3. Like, it's definitely in my top 5. It's just not in my top 3.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely give it this because you brought up a good point in your argument, Ralph, is that the fact that they had to rewrite the whole script and this is what came out of it, like, they did a damn good job given all of the obstacles
across the board.
Yeah,
like his movie review, I was like, Ralph got to say Wakanda Forever in his top 3 of their review. I can't even remember my review for the other movies.
It's just all the obstacles that they went through. Chadwick's death, COVID, Letitia had fracture, like she got in a really bad stunt accident, and they had to put the movie off for like months while she recovered. And I'm gonna finish this right quick, but for them to come out with that, damn good job.
Yeah.
It's in the top 5.
So basically, Foop's list pretty much won.
I mean,
We'll give it to you.
I would just say I don't want to say I won. I think it just
It's a versus.
Listen, I'm just saying, like,
let
I
the
think
audience speak.
that, and then I feel like we all had really good choices and really good reasonings for the movies as well. Now, if one of y'all had came in here and said that Eternals
Thor
was in y'all top 3, if one of y'all had said Love and Thunder was in y'all top 3, this would not be a versus. The versus would have ended.
That was going to be an attack on our character.
I would have scrapped the whole versus. We were going to have a family meeting about why one of y'all put Thor Love and Thunder on y'all list.
I will say this. I know it's a versus. I am excited for Eternals 2. I'm excited
about Eternals 2 to see where they tie in. That's what I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
I
enjoyed it.
Eternals really should have been a series, honestly. Y'all trying to introduce 10 characters in a 2-hour movie, and you cannot do that.
They tried though. They tried
it, but you cannot do that. That definitely should have been a series, but I know why it couldn't be a series, because who's going to convince Angelina Jolie to do a Disney Plus series? The Angelina Jolie?
Angelina Jolie, I feel like at this point she acts for fun. She's the Rihanna of acting at this point. Like, if you see her in a movie, it's because she felt like it.
But movie. I'm doing a movie because I felt like it. I'm not doing a TV series because I felt like it.
She being a mom. One of her kids go to what? Spelman, I think.
Yeah.
Like she chilling. She chilling.
Yo, but we're going to end the verses right here. So to go through everybody's choices once again, starting with Ralph. He picked Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Ryan chose Spider-Man No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. I chose Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Let us know in the comments whose top 3 you agree with, and if you don't agree with any of our top 3, leave your top 3.
With your garbage opinion. If these ain't in your top 3.
Hey, it might be a mix. Yeah.
If they put Thor Love and Thunder in their top 3, they don't.
We don't judge here.
I won't judge. I didn't like the movie, but if you like the movie, it's cool. It's like the first time I said I didn't like the Thor movie, and the dude commented on the reel and told me to shut the up, and I was just saying I ain't like y'all don't remember that?
I remember that. I check all the apps.
The dude told me to shut the up because I said don't go watch Thor Love and Thunder. So apparently it's people out there that like the
because I get notifications from our social media apps too, and I saw STFU. I was like, "Who talking to me?
No,
who talking to me like this?"
No, he typed the whole thing out because I think the reel was like, "Phoop, something said don't go see Thor: Love and Thunder." That man commented and said, "Phoop should shut the up." I said, "Damn."
Okay, we gotta end it.
All right, we done. All right. And with that being said, go ahead and lead us out, Ralph.
All right. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at The Blurred Mind Pod. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, TikTok at The Blurred Mind Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at The Blurred Mind. With that being said, peace.